Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and you are looking at a CGC, the Conqueror Gun Carriage, and it's the Tier 10 British SPG, and we're on Nebelburg, and this is a grand battle, and it's being commanded by Dentist Tanker. Now, I happen to like my dentist. I don't tend to go to the dentist that often, but I do like my dentist. She's just done my teeth recently, which is why you probably hear I talk differently. I actually had a tooth extracted, but she really helped me out by doing that, because now I find it a lot more comfortable in my mouth. I had an infected tooth, unfortunately. Anyway, the battle has started, and Dentist Tanker is headed off to the northeast, and he's going to take up position just over this rise, I think, to fire on the enemy to the southwest. Hopefully he'll be relocating on a frequent basis. I'd hate to think that he gets taken out, but I suspect actually that he won't be taken out during this battle, because a little birdie told me he did rather well, but we'll see just how well during this battle. Okay, we've got Batchat 25T up on the top of the hill. Dangerous opponent. He's loaded, ready to shoot. Rounds out. Ooh, that was a splash. 479 hit points, 2 critical hits, and he's frightened that other Batchat as well. And it looks like that other Batchat's been killed. It's been taken out. It was taken out by the E50. And straight off the bat, the enemy Batchat 155-58 has actually taken out the T92 on Dentist Tanker's team. Okay, that enemy, that was the Centurion AX, and that didn't last very long either. Okay, so it looks like they're dropping like flies already, but let's have a look and see how it gets on. T22 up on top of the hill. No, he's decided to switch, and he's aiming. He's doing it correctly with his right-hand mouse button. He's switching targets quickly, efficiently. Yeah, I think I thought for a second he was going to go for that Death Star. I wonder if he is going to go for it. No, he's decided not to. I think he's going to go for the C50, which is being a bit of a pest on top of the hill. By the castle keep. Rounds out. Ah, right, he actually got 2 tanks there. He got the Batchat and the E50 with splash. So that was an efficient use of the shell. That's the good thing about the Conqueror Gun Carriage. You only have to land the shell near the target to actually do damage to it. And if you can hit enough enemies at once, you can really rack up the damage and help your team. And of course the stun is pretty good on this Arty. He's almost reloaded. It's a big 9.1 inch caliber gun. Designed in 1881, would you believe it? Never actually used in combat. The Conqueror Gun Carriage is a work of fiction, I'm afraid, but it's a nice thought that they might have actually built something this big. Okay, he's got an E100 in town now. He's lining up a shot for where he thinks it's going to go. Just slightly ahead of it. Rounds out. Direct hit! 467 hit points, 3 critical hits. Good strike. And a nice bit of stun there. That slowed that E100 down. Okay, T110E5 up near the castle gates. It's slightly over a ridge line, making it a difficult opponent for the tanks it's facing off against. It's got plenty of targets to aim at in the north, but unfortunately many of them have been spotted. His scouts don't seem to be doing much of the work, and this is a bit of a problem. This is a problem that Arty face all over the game. If the enemy is not spotted, you can't fire at them. You're basically wasting your time, and time equals damage to an Arty. The more targets you can see, the more damage you can do. And you really want to be firing the moment you're reloading. But if your team haven't spotted the target, you can't do that. It's a good relocation. Get up a little higher. Okay, he can see 2 targets now, an Object Foot 140 and an E100. That's the same one he hit earlier. But the E100 is more difficult to hit. The Object 140 is more out in the open. Okay, but the only problem is it's moving a bit fast, so he might have to do a leading shot here. It's been stopped. It's been tracked. Rounds out. And a direct hit. 455 and an ammo rack directly afterwards. Fantastic shot. He picks up all of the stun assist on that one. Great shot. Now he's heading south, but there's a whole bunch of his teammates here, so they should be able to protect him whilst he reloads and gets ready for the next strike. Let's hope they push forward a bit, because otherwise that enemy seems to have occupied the entire town now. And there are 3 tanks down as well. Okay, E100 hiding behind that rock. He's obviously knowing how to stay Arty safe by hugging the cliff. So he's a difficult target. Now, can he look to the south? Okay, T110E4. That's a good target. It's in the open. But there's a T22 medium moving rather rapidly. And it's been tracked. He can hit it. Let the aim settle. It's spotting and moving again. It's been tracked again. Rounds out. Direct hit. Yeah, it's down. Great shot. That's his first kill. Only 11 hit points, but it's still a kill. It takes one gun out of the game. Now he's got a choice of targets here towards the south. That's quite good. It's facing a lot of opponents, but they know how to be Arty safe. They're hiding behind rocks. That Object 260 is rocking backwards and forwards. There's a rock in the way. That's a difficult target. Whereas there are some other tanks further off, and they're also staying Arty safe, except for the Jaeger-Roo, which is right in the open. He's tried a shot at the Object 260. All he managed to get was stun. That T110E4 in the castle grounds. Well, he's actually come through the castle gate, rather. Now, he can get around into this side of this. That might do a lot of damage, but he's a good 18 seconds away from reload. I think they're going to have to do all the work without him. By the time he's reloaded, that T110E4 will probably be no more. Yep, he is no more. Okay, this T110E4 is being a little timid. Ah, there's the E100 he hit earlier. And he's side on, and he's indicating his target. T-key. Rounds out. Oh, no. I think it was a little too quick. It just fell forward of the E100. Now he's going to have to change position, I think, because he's tried backing up to get a better angle on this Skrilla. Good 20 seconds for a reload, indicating his target. It's gone down. Okay, got Super Conqueror hiding behind a rock. The E100's been taken out. We can see that now. He's 4 seconds away. Almost ready to go. If that Conqueror stays still, rounds out. Ah, right onto the rear, and he's got a fire. Yeah, and it's been taken out. So he's picked up the stun assist as well. That's a good shot. Okay, paying attention to the south now. Now, is that Jaeger-Roo still there? Yes, it is. He wasn't being very Arty safe earlier. And that STRB-103 has actually taken a nice solid hit. He's now going to siege mode, ready to shoot. And of course the liberal application of a lot of high explosive will really ruin that STRB's day. He's going after that Jaeger-Roo, rounds out. Ooh, just a little behind him. Or tried, I mean, just needed a bit more lead, but it has gone down anyway. I think he's going back to the T110E5. I can't see that STRV. I don't know if it's hiding. Is it around the corner? Has it been taken? No, I think it's been taken out. There's still 12 enemy remaining, but the problem is they're 2 tanks ahead at the moment. But they're the ones who are actually trying to make the thrust to get to the cap. He's fired around in there blind. We haven't seen anything. Okay, he's relocating. Now the question, which direction do you go? Because he is actually basically at the centre of his forces. But he needs to be further away from where he fired, just in case the enemy Arty is looking in this direction. There are still enemy Arty alive, unfortunately. Okay, go to 15. The thing about this, these tank destroyers are fairly easy to do a lot of damage to the splash because being as they're open as such. Is he switching? No, he used his right hand mouse button there to look slightly to one side whilst holding his aim on that Gorilla 15, or where the rock where the Gorilla 15 is located. He's trying to work out, does he go for the Gorilla 15 or a different target? There is a target to the south that's being indicated, but I think 261's doing that. And it has been taken out, it's the IS-7. But unfortunately he lost his aim there just for a second. Okay, there's a T-110E4. Yep, it's in the open. Okay, judge the lead. Where it's going to be. It's been tracked. Rounds out. Ooh, that's RNG for you. It fell short, but it did actually give him some stun assist on that, so that's good. Okay, the Gorilla, in the meantime, the bad luck is that the Gorilla has run away. Or rather, he's repositioning himself. And they're also starting to do quite well in the city. They've cleaned up the city. A Patton and a Gorilla are going around taking out the enemy tanks. And look at that. There's an enemy tank. It's a Jaegeru on its side. How did they manage to flip a Jaegeru over? I do not know. That is very careless driving. He fires a round in. And it's a direct hit. And you can see from the destruction that happened all around that spot that obviously it did a lot of damage. That Jaegeru is certainly hurting. I don't think he really needs to fire on any other target for the moment. Just keep firing at that Jaegeru until it's dead. He'll just pick up all of the hit points. Even on its side, it's quite a dangerous opponent. And of course, he's getting some help. Okay, if that Batchat stays there, he'll get 2 for 1. He might even get a Bombardier. That would certainly be nice. Rounds out. And it hit the target again. Hopefully this time it hit the Batchat as well. I'm not sure. I think the Batchat's been spotted just a little further off. I'm sure that Batchat was trying to right the Jaegeru, but then gave up and said, no, this is a hopeless job. I'll never be able to turn him over. And the Batchat's been gone down as well. Or Batchatillion, I should say. And that just leaves a few of the enemy left. There's only 4 enemy tanks remaining. 2 Arty. He fires another round in. Ah, now we've got an explosion this time. I think that shell landed just to one side of the Jaegeru. Just to one side of it. But he would have done a lot of splash damage there. And now, yes, it did land just to one side. But yes, he did do some splash. So hopefully he'll get a chance to finish off this Jaegeru. He needs to mark his target, though, to let the other members of his team know that that's where he's aiming. Because they can't really approach it from the front. He might still try to use that cannon, even though he's on his side. He is aiming. Doesn't look as he's moving his gun now, actually. But, and the round's gone in. Oh! Oh no! Oh! Ouch! That hit the Gorilla 15 as well. So he's done some team damage. Oh dear. I don't think the Gorilla will be too happy about that. Actually, that was that thing. Yes, the Centurion AX is lodged behind the Jaegeru. Now, how did that happen? How did that... I think that AX tried to move the Jaegeru, tried to right him, and in the process he managed to flip himself over and got struck by the shells. And oh dear, that was almost hilarious at the end. but unfortunately he must have done some team damage. So let's have a look at the end of battle results. And it's an ace tanker for Dentist Tanker in the Conqueror Gun Carriage. And in actual fact, we can see that he did manage to complete the Object 260 Mission 15 done with Masters. So he did very nicely out of this battle indeed. An ace tanker. He got a Bruiser medal for scoring at least 5 critical hits, module damages, all crew incapacitations. He picked up a Gore's medal because he did more damage than 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And he got a Confederate medal because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks who were subsequently destroyed by members of his team. And I think that's an absolutely huge number of enemy that he's actually damaged there. We'll get to see exactly how many he did in a second. On his team score, he came top on damage, not surprisingly. 6,418 hit points in total. Unfortunately, he didn't come top when it came to kills. He only got 1. But he did do very nicely on XP. Base XP of 1,351, which is a very high total indeed. And he was the highest. He fired 16 rounds, 5 hits, 5 penetrations, 17 splash damage, 6,418 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He also did damage to his own ally, the Gorilla, of 464 hit points. That's a bit embarrassing. But he didn't kill him, so at least that was on the safe side. He damaged 13 enemy tanks and killed 1. He caused 5,742 stun assistance damage to the enemy and 20 stuns in total. On a premium account, he earned 125,498 credits. Massive total. He also had a personal reserves bonus running at the same time, 29,339 credits. In fact, somebody would be quite happy with that on its own as their score, let alone the 125,000 on top. But he was fined 8,142 credits for hitting that Gorilla. So the total credits he earned was 146,695 credits. I'll put these teeth back in again when I finish with this. And after ammunition resupply, which was, he used a lot of rounds, and some of those I think were premium rounds, 94,700 credits, and the consumables of 20,000, he still takes away 31,995 credits, which is a good total. He earned base XP on a premium account of 2,027 XP. He was deducted 2 for hitting the Gorilla, but it's ×2 for the first victory of the day, and so he takes away 4,050 experience points in total. So well done to Dentist Tanker. I'll probably have to make an appointment for you to fix my teeth after this one. No, my dentist is a very nice lady. Very, very nice lady indeed. And if you enjoyed this replay, please do give it a like and do subscribe to our channel because it really helps the members. And hopefully I will see you in the next replay.